Greetings and welcome everyone to an all-you-can-geek Gamecast. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsad,
Ahoy!
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We are live right now on Twitch, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We just did the movie cast. We're on the Gamecast now, so if you can't watch these live broadcasts, but please join us if you can. If you can't, YouTube has all the content, so be sure to subscribe over there. That way you get notified when we post. All the audio stuff is over on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. And I think we're on iHeartRadio as well, if you want to check that out. A couple different spots. But all right, folks, Gamecast, what have we been playing? Mike, kick us off.
So, some Game Pass stuff. I've been playing Rematch, which is the slow clap soccer game. That's the Sifu people.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it a bit. It very much feels
Gives you
like
the Rocket League vibes. Yeah.
Yes. Rocket League with humans. There's a little bit of a learning curve where for like shooting your like power shots, you need to be looking at where you're aiming, which is a little strange, but no, it's fun. You know, it's definitely one of those one more match type deals. So I put a fair amount of time into that. And then also, and this is a game I probably wouldn't have tried otherwise, but I've started playing The Alters on Game Pass. Have you heard about this one?
Tell us
No,
more,
what's that
Mike.
one? What is
The
it?
Alters is so it's a sci-fi situation where it's basically a base builder resource management thing, which I'm not good at. I don't do this normally, but
Who is this?
it has a narrative
Like a
hook
survival
where,
game.
yeah, it's the narrative hook is you're one guy who has to clone himself with to like populate his space station to survive, and all his clones are basically like taken from different life path divergent points where like if he decided to do one thing or the other, and he gets different specialties in his life. So basically it's one guy talking to a bunch of different versions of himself, and you have to manage them, and there's a mystery obviously behind how you got in this situation and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm more into it narratively than the base building stuff. I'm pretty bad at this. I like I like died a few times. I had to reload quite a bit. I put myself in an unwinnable position already a couple times, but
Overexpand.
I like it enough. The thing, yeah, I don't know. It's just the days go by quicker than I'm ready, and then the sun comes and burns you up if you're too slow to do stuff. So but no, I kind of like it, so I'm gonna keep up with it. Unless I hit another wall somewhere and I have to go back too far, which I was worried about the last time I hit the wall, but I only needed to do a little bit back. But there is an opportunity. There's a chance I will have to rage quit if I just have completely screwed myself because I don't know what I'm doing. But so far so good. So I think it's worth checking out for people into interesting sci-fi scenarios, and even if you like base building and stuff like that more than I do, then I would definitely recommend it. But I'm there for mostly the narrative, and it seems cool. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Corey, anything?
Gaming wise, I was actually trying to. Well, I played a bunch of Magic Arena, so I was just trying to get the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you. I'm on. Oh, remind me after this.
oh, your dream. Oh my gosh.
I for those wondering, I won't get into it on here, but like I had a crazy dream about collecting Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering crossover packs. It was insane. I texted these guys to remind me to tell them the whole story. It was a nuts dream, but that's what we're laughing about. But yeah, gotta get them all. So
Yep.
gotta catch
Yeah.
them.
So
I've got
a
none
bunch
so
of
far.
that,
But yeah,
basically. And then more like real person cards, in-person card stuff.
yeah, cool. All right. Playing Star Wars? Or you playing more Magic?
Well, Star Wars now because the new set's coming
Oh, right.
pre-release week.
Nice.
Yeah,
Tony?
I was trying to get the remote play together working with Sea of Stars because I think Sea of Stars was like a local co-op game now, but it wasn't working. So
Yeah.
trying to figure that out. I don't know why. It's like every time I was like, this should be super easy. You hit a button and it works. Never.
No. All right, Tony, anything for you?
Yeah, a couple things. So I went to another convention this past weekend. This one was more local than Vegas, called Too Many Games down in the greater Philadelphia area. And it's pretty cool because it's like a small, like, what do I say, like community con, where the primary thing is retro gaming. So you have a lot of vendors, dealers, artists, etc. that primarily, are going to be doing retro gaming stuff. So I talk about it every year because it's about an hour-ish away from me, where I currently live, and before it was like just 15 minutes away. But it's cool to just go there and see like all these old games, old systems and stuff. You can find a lot of rarities, a lot of oddities, a lot of wow. I wish I didn't get rid of that when I was younger, or I wish I kept the box or even the manuals. Like some of these manuals are going for like
Jesus.
50-60 bucks. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? Or even the inserts, like the stupid inserts, like the warding like manual or whatever. It's like
By themselves?
it can be depending on the games. Yes, the stupid things, because the
I have to go
collectors
look at some.
the collectors want every single thing. Like, yeah, and honestly, like, even if you just have the box, you don't have the game, like, you could sell the box for more than you think, right? 20, 30, 40 bucks, because, like, not everybody kept their box. But I got to play a couple games. One of the interesting ones was this indie game that's coming out soonish called, I believe it's Song of Maka. And it was one of those things where I was walking by, and the art style drew my eye, because it reminded me of Hollow Knight. And Hollow Knight is fantastic. It's a very clean art style, sprite, pixel based, or whatever like that. It's very clean, smooth, etc. Instead of a bug making the character, it was a bird. So I was like, okay, and I'm just watching this person play. And it was one of those things where somebody was just like, okay, I'm done, and like just got up and like left the controller there. Before I could walk away, the girl that was working the booth was like, hey, would you like to try? And I was like, oh. I was like, well, give me the pitch first, right? And she's like, oh, this is a cozy comfort puzzle-ish game. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, I could see that. It's like about platforming, like, so it's 2D platforming, and the bird can sing, and depending on how long you hold the song button, you have a different pitch or frequency. I don't know what the word exactly is, but it's represented by different colors. And the colors do different effects depending on the environment and stuff. I was like, okay, that sounds like an interesting premise. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. So she let me go on one of the intro stages, and I was like, okay, cool. Like it's about like like the one was activating certain paths, like swapping different colored stones to activate or deactivate like certain doors, so you could pass through them, collect a key, go back to the central area, go different path, get another key, and then blah, blah, blah. Very like Zelda-ish if you played like Zelda games before. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And, she was observing. She's like, yeah, you did really well. Seems like you're a natural for these types of games. I'm not, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, no problem. She's like, are you interested in seeing the boss fight? And I was like,
Can you just load into it?
So, yes, but the thing is, she's like, one part I forgot was, she's like, this is a comfy, cozy game, puzzle solver, with no combat. So as soon as you go boss fight, I was like...
Wait, what?
Exactly. I was like, wait, what?
No combat boss fight?
Yeah, so I was like, what are you talking about? Is it like a, branching, like, dialogue or whatever? So she's like, well, I could tell you, but I'd rather just show you. I was like, okay, sure. So she brings up the, debug menu or whatever. It goes like load scene, blah blah blah, and it's literally like I think labeled boss something. I was like, okay, right? And it takes me to this arena. She's like, okay, hold on. So I have to give you a couple things before you go. And she used the word fight, and I was like, I'm so confused right now. She's like, I'm gonna give you increased health. I'm gonna give you double jump. I'm gonna give you this like electric dash ability or whatever. I'm like, I'm so confused at this point. Right, so I load in, and there's this owl, because again it's bird themed and whatnot. There's like owl, bird, or I think whatever in the middle of the arena. It's like it's talking cryptic as soon as you enter the room, and I was like, okay. And all of a sudden you're in a boss fight, and I see like I have health, the boss has health, and I was just like, okay.
There's combat, yeah.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden it starts activating this thing where it's like if you've seen like I don't know like original when I say Mario Brothers, I'm not talking Super Mario Brothers, like, but you know Mario Brothers with the pipes and like the enemies
Yeah.
and how you could scroll. So like, there's this like giant snake thing that will like do a red line and like zip across the level, and I'm just like, and there's like 3 tiers of that, and I get hit, and it does a decent amount of damage. I'm like, I thought there was no combat. What are you talking about? This is actual combat now. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. So I instantly die because I'm like, I had 0 combat experience for the 10 minutes I was playing. What are you talking about?
How do you experience that? Yeah, that's
You're
crazy.
right. So then, like, I'm like, okay, go back into it because I just spawned right there. And the one thing I forgot to mention was there's this like kind of like, I'll just say detective mode from Batman, where it's like you hold the button down, everything goes in like a black and white grayish scale color thing, and there is something you can activate with a song. It'll be highlighted or colored appropriately. So I do that, and the boss has this like yellow coating. So I was like, okay, I need to sing the yellow spell at it or whatever like that. And I hit it with this yellow spell, but I don't see anything that actually happens. So I'm getting confused. And it has this staff, and the staff has like this green blinking thing. And I was like, okay, maybe I have to hit it with green, even though it's not showing up in the highlight. Did that, nothing happens. I'm like, okay. And meanwhile, the snake, I'm dodging the snake and everything like that. The boss and its staff is firing these glowing red bullets at me. And I'm like, okay, maybe I have to deflect the bullets, right? Because I'm thinking like, okay, Zelda, like obviously deflecting the Zelda bullets, right? So I try deflecting it with all the colors. Nothing is deflecting. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So she's like, okay, if you don't mind, like I can tell you what you have to do, right? She's like, and she's like, I'm not like criticizing you or anything like that, but I'm trying to prove a point to my playtest or my design team that this is like has nothing to do with the gameplay. I was like, sure, act. She's like, okay. So I want you to read the boss title. And I read the boss title. It says some blah, 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 snake. I'm like, wait, I'm fighting the fucking snake? Like, not the bird dude floating around? And she's like, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why is the cutscene about the central bird and everything like that? So then once I figure that out, then I can start attacking the snake, and I see the health drop, and I'm like, okay, great. And then there's a phase 2, and I'm just like, okay. So I'm now in phase 2. The boss like sends its staff out, and beams, like laser beams, come out of the fucking staff in like a cross section, and then it starts rotating. I'm like, while bullets are being shot out, I'm like, this is fucking Ikaruga. I'm playing Ikaruga right now. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
it's bullet hell.
Yes, it's a bullet hell. I was like, what? I'm so confused.
What is this?
Right, I'm so confused.
Who's making
So
this?
cozy.
Yeah.
So cozy.
So
Is that cozy?
yeah, so whatever. I beat it, and I'm like, look, I don't want to disparage the game or the team. Like, I personally would be fine with this, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I like puzzles and I like bullet hells and tough combat and stuff, but I'm like, these two things are totally at ends with each other, right? Where it's like comfy, cozy exploration, puzzle solving, and like, oh shit, like hard ass boss fights. Because I asked her, I was like, what boss fight is this? She's like, second one or third one. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
How many
I'm like,
bosses
if I
are there?
recommended this to people that were like, yeah, comfy, cozy gamers, they would be like so pissed off at this. Like, they'd find it frustrating. So she's like, thank you. That's what I'm trying to tell my designers, because she goes off. She's like, the design guy, like the lead guy, is like a huge Dark Souls fan or whatever. And it's like, but we're not making a Dark Souls game.
Oh my
Why are you
God.
putting a Dark Souls boss in this comfy, cozy puzzle?
Use comfy cozy in Dark Souls. You
Like-
can't do this.
Like, it's so crazy. And again, I don't want to disparage the game.
What's the name of this game again? What's the name again?
Song of Maka, Maka. Like,
Okay.
it looks beautiful
go on.
and it plays fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. And for me, like, it's a perfect intersection. Like, okay, the Venn diagram of these two things. Like, I'm that audience, but, like, I don't know about most people, right? So
Yeah.
we're just talking about that and everything. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm trying to get them to remove this from the game. And I was like, yeah, you might want to do that from the casual.
Make 2 games then, yeah. Definitely separate that and make that its own thing.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
they have a good concept for another game?
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
game?
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this would be like a challenge or a DLC or something, but like
I would
it's
just make
so-
another game.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Make another game.
So
Use the same format for that boss. Just make your own.
yeah, and
Soul-style
there's
game.
I think there's a Steam page and I think there's a YouTube thing on it. So check it out. I mean, it's fine. It's really weird because again, it started out comfy cozy puzzle game, no combat. To do you want to fight the boss? And it's a hell like a bullet hell Soulsborne thing. I was like, what? What are we talking about? Like, I was so confused. But great game. And she thanked me for it because I played for a while and was giving her feedback and stuff like that. So she gave me like They had a plush, they had a pin, they had all these postcards. She's like, take it all, take it all. I was
Swag,
like,
huh?
okay, cool. Like, I got swag for it. And the other big notable thing that was there is they always have celebrity or voice actors, whatever, guests and stuff like that. And like Charles Martinet was there. He's usually there. If people remember, last year I met Neil, I forget his last name, who voiced Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
And this year, our boy Ray Chase was there, who is the primary voice actor for Noctis, but does like a lot of anime characters and stuff like that. And since I was just at Vegas and got Ben Starr's autograph on...
Did you know he was gonna be there?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I brought with me the Noctis card.
The Noctis card, nice.
Oh, nice.
And got it signed. And it,
That's awesome.
Beautiful autograph. I didn't even have to tell him to do it in gold. I don't know if it's showing up in the video.
Yeah.
But he just picked his gold Sharpie and did it. And I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
He's got like the perfect Sharpie for it.
Yes, he really did.
That's
I was
foil too.
Yeah.
Is that surge foil? Or is that foil?
Just regular foil.
Okay.
Just regular foil.
Nice.
So that was really cool. The only thing
Did he know like that the game, like the Magic game and stuff? Like, you know anything about it?
Yeah, it was really funny
The-
because it's really crazy because like, you know, obviously 15's an older game now, so I don't really get a lot of requests for it. Mostly it's a lot of anime stuff these days. But then all of a sudden, in the past month, I've been signing all these Magic
Noctis.
cards. Right? Yeah, exactly. So I was like, that's cool. He's like, yeah, I love it. It was a great role for me. Blah blah blah. Helped his career a lot, obviously, and you know whatnot. The one thing I was weirded out. I don't know if you guys have experienced this because I know we don't really go to New York Comic Con anymore. So the prices on the website were like, it's breaking down like how much an autograph is. So it's like, oh, if you want a picture and an autograph, you want a selfie and whatever. So it's like 30-ish, 40, depending on what package you want. And I'm just thinking like, oh, print, like the signature has to be a little bit smaller on a Magic card than a print. But I get up there and I talk to his helper, booth attendant, whatever you want to call it. I was like, oh yeah, I'd just like him to sign the Noctis card for Magic. And she's like, okay, so unfortunately that's, you know, a collectible and goes under collectible price. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, so unfortunately, and long story short, is scalpers ruined everything. Where I guess for years, scalpers would take like Funko Pops, right? Like if you guys remember when we went the one year in the green, what's his name? Tommy, Frank.
Oh, Jason
Yeah.
David.
Jason
Frank.
David Frank. Thank you. I was like, not Frank was his first name. You know, they would take the Green Ranger Funko Pop and just literally go get it signed and then throw it up on eBay for like $200, $300, $400.
I was there for that.
Meanwhile,
Yep.
he only got like what, $10 or $20 from it or whatever like that. So modern day, apparently to help combat this, because they don't want people just flipping these things and making money off of eBay, they charge higher prices for collectible stuff, including Funko Pop, trading card game things and stuff like that. So it was definitely pricey. It was like more than I wanted to pay, but I already waited an hour in line, and I was like, well, I didn't pay for Neil, I didn't pay for Ben Starr, I'm okay with paying this one, but just you know, caveat with that in the future, because I brought a bunch of
What you bring?
I brought like 4 or 5 cards, and I was like, ooh, it was like, if that's per card, I'm only getting one signed. You know, I got the card, but he charged I think it was 70, so it was a little pricey, but you know, whatever, it's cool. Goes in my collection.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, it was a great
Great thing to
autograph,
have,
and it's
yeah.
gonna make a nice showpiece and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, the convention was really cool. I had a good time, and they also involve wrestling now. They have, or they might have had a couple years there. They have a wrestling mat in the corner, and there was a crowd the entire weekend whenever there was people going on.
Dude, wrestling is huge. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was just like, damn, like, okay, like, whatever. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's get into some news here. Oh, with the Nintendo of Canada changing the price on the original Switch. So, do we get a price actually what it's going to be from this release? So they're raising the price, right?
Yeah.
Due to the whole market issues.
Market issues, yes.
Yes.
We didn't get the
Nice.
Switch 1 price increase yet. And this is just Switch 1. It's not Switch 2.
Switch one. Switch one.
Right, Switch 1. But we did get the Nintendo Switch Online increase in a typical like 15-20%ish. You know, $1 to $2. It equates to $1 to $2, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you break it down in percentages, like, okay, it's just like Sony, it's just like Microsoft, it's Netflix, Apple, whatever, stuff like that. Which sucks, but you know, it was bound to happen with the current political situation going on.
Yeah. Yep. We didn't get the Xbox layoffs yet, did we? They're still building up for
Apparently,
this.
Jason Schreier is saying that's tomorrow. So
I have
by the time
I was
we
gonna say because I have a feeling that it will be Wednesday. We've not heard about it yet. They like to do it Wednesdays, and I know that because we always it's our podcast Tuesday nights, and we have to talk about it the week later. But thousands of jobs on the line here in Xbox, Xbox specifically, but all of Microsoft as
all
well.
of Microsoft, but apparently some studios are going to be either severely pared down and or shuttered. So tomorrow is going to be a rough day, I think, on the internet for.
The worst part is like hearing this news leak as an employee there. Like this was like 2 weeks ago. This news
absolutely.
came out. Yeah, it's like
you got to be like on edge, on razor's edge the whole time.
Well, I would assume your resume's together and you're already shopping at this point.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, you're not shopping.
I hope so.
Yeah. I would have been. I've been like out there with resumes 2 weeks ago. The day I've heard this news drop because it's being reported by multiple people and reputable people. It's not just out there. Speculation. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Yep.
So it sucks. And Microsoft unfortunately has done this already before. What, 6 months ago? Was it 6 months ago? Was it even 6 months?
Yeah, I think
6
Jason Schreier said it was like the 4th or 5th in the last 18 months that layoffs have been on a large scale. And again, just unfortunate to see, and just another reminder that people supported this fucking acquisition with Activision Blizzard King and how it was going to be better for the workers, blah, 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 all that stuff. Remember, Jim? Remember you said that?
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I remember. It really got the higher-ups involved in their profit margins, their bottom line. This is what happens. They lost their autonomous operation when you spent billions of dollars on this purchase. Because,
not just $1 or $2, $70 billion.
Yeah, 70 billions. 60. I thought it was 64.
I'm sorry. We can round up. Like, I don't know. What's the difference between 60 and $70 billion?
Once you're there for the bottom line for these people, they're involved now, and you have to meet these expectations. No longer can you just say, "Oh, they lost a little bit here. We'll make up for it over on this division."
Yeah, but the issue that we talked about last week is that Microsoft. It's not like they're losing money as a company. They're profitable. They're a $1 trillion company. They're one of those value companies on the planet. They could afford to do this. It's just oversight from I don't know if it's Satya himself or just the executives that are trying to rein in the spending because if you gave the Azure team $70 billion or you gave the Office team $70 billion, what the fuck can they do with that, right? Versus so you spent $70 billion and we're still firmly in last place in the video game wars and there's no end in sight and there's nothing coming.
There's no reason to, but from what their strategy is telling me, that doesn't matter to them anymore. They're a third-party company.
They will say whatever the fuck they want to say to make it sound good. This is an
they're
Xbox.
A third-party company.
They're
a third-party company.
Anything's a tool,
that's the thing. Like you can't
Phil,
operate in terms of, but they cannot operate in third place anymore because they're a third-party company. They're putting themselves in third on purpose. Like this, they're done. They're not a company. They're not a video game company anymore. They are, but they're not. They're a third party. They are a third party. That's what they are. It's for me as a fan of some of their games. Obviously, I'm excited to be able to play them on other systems because I don't have to buy their system anymore. But they chose to do this.
They are as a service company. They will service you in whatever way you need to be serviced and charge you as much as possible for it.
It sounds a little bit weird.
That sounds better than I thought.
And the thing is, it's going to be the classic 1-2 punch where we're going to see layoffs tomorrow or this week, whatever, and they're going to do it this week because it's the holiday weekend, so it could be buried in the news or have a shorter news cycle. This is part of the strategy. And then I guarantee you, we're seeing another game price increase right before Outer Worlds 2 comes out. I guarantee it. We're seeing another, again, 10 to 20% increase in game price. This is how they operate.
Yeah, it's going to be like, hey guys, enjoy the holiday weekend. Don't come back.
Yeah, don't come back. You're going to be able to enjoy even more time with your loved ones.
Exactly.
You're getting laid off. Fuck you.
Game Pass, right?
Fuck you, Phil. Fuck you, Matt Booty or Matt. Yeah, Sarah Bond. Fuck them all.
Yep. Marvel Rivals Season 3. Coming July 11th. Blade is out there, right? Blade. Who are the characters involved in this thing?
Blade and Phoenix.
Phoenix, that's right. Phoenix.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, and this is the whole Knull thing going on, right? Still in this game?
Yeah,
right?
So Knull's going to be the big bad villain of the season.
Yep.
Whatever that equates to.
Oh, we forgot to mention that in the movie cast that they scrapped their entire Sony aspect of movies.
Yeah, does anyone care?
Knull's what reminded me of it because Knull was just introduced and he's gone. But yeah, so at least somebody's using him. But So Blade was in the game earlier, like sleeping.
Yeah, we
right?
rescued him in season 1.
He was sleeping for a while.
He was sleeping
Yeah.
for a while, and then he got up, and then people were like, "Where's Blade?" And it's like, okay, well, had to go save the white woman apparently. So
How do they look like they play? I mean, is anything
So
interesting to you
apparently,
guys?
both of them are the DPS or damage rolls. So it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see.
Phoenix should be. Phoenix should
Um,
be.
Yeah, I mean,
So should
I
be.
could have seen
So should be.
Phoenix being a healer
Be
too.
a killer. Yeah, I
Um,
would.
Phoenix is damaging though. She's like she could do some massive
I mean,
damage.
Well,
She's
but I mean,
powerful.
all the
Stretch
supports can do
powers
damage.
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. You need to like sort of stretch the
imagination.
the thoughts about the powers for all the healers. She seems like once you have like mental people, they should be healers in my opinion.
Yeah, well, mental people plus the Phoenix power is all about rebirth.
Yeah, you
you
do
know,
whatever you want with that.
Right, resurrection, etc. So we'll see. They showed some footage. I don't know if they went into a detailed analysis, but we got some more patch updates. A lot more quality of life issues coming out. One of the things I appreciated is that they're moving away from daily missions to weekly and season missions, where they're like, we don't want you to feel like you have to play every single day, and then if you miss a day, you get behind because you didn't earn 3 quests worth of credits. So it's like apparently each week you'll unlock a new set of them, and it's just additive. So like if you don't play, like if you go on vacation for a week, your second week you'll have 2 weeks worth of quests to do. So
yeah, they don't expire.
Yeah, they don't
Oh, good.
expire. So
Good.
that's good. That's helpful because like there are some days where I'm just like, I really don't want to play today, but I'll play 3 matches.
Gotta get those.
Yeah, I gotta get the fucking quest. Yeah.
The
Actually,
dailies, gotta get your dailies in.
Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. They're adjusting some more characters. They're nerfing my girl Emma Frost a bit more because she's too dominant in the meta, apparently. Hate it, but hopefully it's not too much.
All right. Cool. And lastly, in the news, Nintendo has finally confirmed the team behind Donkey Kong Bananza is previously worked on Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean, this was
same
kind
thing.
of a given as soon as we saw the footage of it, but Nintendo likes to be a little secretive about the development teams.
Mm-hmm.
We usually don't find out until either right before release or somebody beats the game and uploads the credits. Like, oh, Grezza worked on this. Cool. Stuff like that. Oh, which is fine because I think that fits what they want. They just want people to recognize games as Nintendo type games rather than like, oh, brought to you by Naughty Dog, brought to you by Insomniac, brought to you by
Gotcha.
whatever.
For me, I'm like, it's shocking that they weren't working on the next Odyssey. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's crazy.
We talked
I know,
about this.
but-
We talked about this a little bit, right? When the Mario movie came out, and how there wasn't a brand new Mario game to pair with it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking, because also you noticed they announced not only the Mario sequel movie, but a Donkey Kong movie as well as the Donkey Kong theme park at Universal. So I think that was like the Donkey Kong game is supposed to tie in more with that, and whenever that movie does come out. But I am expecting a brand new Odyssey or Mario 3D successor when we finally get the Mario movie.
When is that? 2028?
You think we?
That was next year.
Mario? Is it next year? No. Is it next year? No way. Mario. Movie
Pretty sure.
2.
Movies don't take as long as games.
2026. I'm just thinking it is April 3rd. You're correct. I thought it was like 2028. I'm like thinking like Spider-Man.
No, it's like
Thinking
Zelda.
Spider-Verse,
Batman.
which takes
Thinking
years
of
upon years. Yeah. But cool. So that's next year. We'll see. And then we have the Zelda thing as well. Which
It
we'll
seems to
probably
me
play.
like if they do it this way, I would think it won't be an Odyssey sequel. I think it'll be a totally different thing.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
worked on it.
right, it could be, but I do think we will see a Mario game that's pretty close
3D,
to
yeah.
3D Mario, close to the Mario sequel movie, which is fine. I am excited for this. I think the final previews, like the media previews, went out today, and impressions were pretty glowing across the board.
Yeah, I read that, yeah.
Which is good, because I really do want to dive into something meatier on the Switch too. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mario Kart World is great and all, but it's not like I'm like, oh man, like this is nothing I've played before. I've played fucking 8 or 9 Mario Kart games in my life, so it's kind of like, okay, there's some differences, but it's at the core.
You can only do
great.
so much.
Right, there's
Yeah.
only so much you can do, but Donkey Kong looks really cool and inventive, especially with the destructible environments and the different power ups. So
Nice.
really interested to see the Flux of Us. I think it's next week.
Is it next? Yeah,
I think it's
might be
next
the
week,
week
yeah.
after. 17th. I mean, it's right around here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right around the corner.
Yep. So, gotta look it up. Bonanza. Coming the 17th, July 17th.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 weeks.
Nice.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So cool. And I have heard that there's the like really first Switch 2, like gotta get it if you own the Switch 2. So, cool. That's it for the news then, guys. It's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Gamecast. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we're live on Twitch Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us for these live broadcasts. Chat with us if you want to. If you can't, YouTube's got all the content. Subscribe over there. You can also leave us a comment over there and chat with us on there. We'll see you guys next week. That's going to wrap it up. See you. We're out.